So hello once again and welcome to our today's webinar. My name is Adam and I will be your guide for this webinar. Please grab your cup of coffee or have a breakfast or whatever you are used to at this time of the day and enjoy the journey we will be showing you from online user to offline customer. Just before we start, I would like to share a little bit of technical information. You should be seeing something like this, the display, comparing to this. You can use the right sidebar to interact with us during the webinar and at the end of the webinar, where there would be a place for your questions. First, you can use questions bar to ask questions either directly to a staff or to all of participants, so that it is visible in the public chat, or at the end of the webinar we'll be giving you place for your questions, where you can actually use the little hand with the green arrow on the left side of the right bar, and you can ask for a word. Carolina, which is let's say administrator of this webinar, will allow you to speak one by one, and you can ask questions directly me or other speakers. So let's just briefly get into the agenda of today's webinar. So basically, we will introduce us as a speakers and us as a partners of Google. We will go through or address the challenges of nowadays in the retail and e-commerce online world. We will definitely speak about maps, Google Maps and map services and its benefits. And we will definitely go for showing you also how it shouldn't be done. Then later, my other colleagues will speak about Google My Business, which is a great tool to handle the journey from online user to offline customers outside of your website. And then we will give you a place or time or both for your questions. So just to introduce us as a speakers, my name is Adam, and I work for Globema, which is a Google Cloud Premier Partner. I'm mainly dedicated for supporting our customers with map services, rather the business side and the added value, and finding out the added value for the given industry. Then there is my colleague Carolina with us. Hello, Carolina.
Hello, all of you.
So Carolina is rather dedicated for the technical side of the thing. And then also Matthias is with us. Hello,
good morning.
Matthias.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
So Matthias is basically managing customers in Europe for Google My Business at g-Xperts, which is other Google Cloud Premier Partner, and they are supporting their customers with their platform they've developed as a team of experts on Google My Business. You can once again ask any questions in the chat during the whole webinar. Carolina will be able to answer some of questions, and if not, she will ask us at the end in the questions place. So just to present us a little bit, so that you have overview of why we are telling you something about the online world and connection to Google Maps and Google My Business. So basically, Globema is a leading integrator of geospatial systems in Europe, but also worldwide. We are quite widely located, so that in case of our customers expanding, we can every time support them internationally. We are a long-term partner with Google on top of Google Maps and cloud services. And at this moment, more than 190 customers, I believe it will be 200 soon, we are supporting them on Google Maps platform services, where we are providing either technical or business support. What the premier status for both of us mean? I will turn my webcam because yes, okay, so I believe you will be able to see the screen better. So what the premier status really means is that it is not only the highest badge you can get as a partner at Google, but you has to have also certain level of experience for that, so that you can support Google customers how they truly deserve. We are supporting with the technical expertise by helping with our cloud architects and map architects, and also by billing support. Except these, that we are a premier partner, we are also trying to dive deeper into our customer solutions, but also to industry solutions. For both of the topics I mentioned, we are trying to publish regular blog posts so that also our existing and potential customers can dive deeper into successful customer solutions. You can reach both of types of blog posts on our English, Czech, Romanian, or Hungarian website. So please do not hesitate to visit us. Also, I forgot to mention the Polish website. Yes, so recently we also published a few articles about the retail industry and also about some new features from Google dedicated for retail. Now, please, Matthias, you have word.
Yeah, warm good morning from my side, from Vienna as well. We as g-Xperts, as Adam already has mentioned, we are also cloud premium partner and maps partner, and we specialize on Google My Business. So we help companies around the world to get the most out of Google My Business, provide all the data and get all the important data back. We are also happy to be winner of the Google Geolocation Innovation Challenge with the tool that we developed for that. And we care for companies around the world, mainly in Europe, and build a solution that is one part a tool and another part a team of experts. So we really care for your solutions, and we want to help retailers and other companies to develop and also be strong compared to Amazon and get the most of the physical touch points. And for that, we also develop surveys and market overviews, as you can see here. What we did here is an Omnichannel Readiness Index 2020, where we compared the most important retailers in their omnichannel readiness. So how user-centric they are, how fast their mobile website is, and also how good their information is integrated into Google My Business and Google Maps. And we do that to have really concrete hints and information that we can share with our customers and potential customers, how they can get the most out of it.
Thank you, Matthias, for introduction about your company. Now we are moving to the main point of or main points of the webinar, starting with the challenges. Let's see if the presentation works for me. Yes, it works. So, online environment is somehow predictable to certain manner based on, let's say, technological giants reports, analysis, or statistics. Therefore, it is good to prepare continually for changes we know about. However, who could think something like COVID situation will change the online and offline environment so much? In some cases, or in some countries, let's say, even disable the shop visit at all. Do you know what happened with all those customers who did not visit your offline shops? Well, they moved online. Based on announcements of governments in Europe and worldwide, there was not much clear way of understanding all restrictions together. Nobody can be blamed for that, not even governments evaded such pandemic restrictions. Anyhow, when customers could not find clear information in their government's announcements, they had to search for it online. They had questions like which shop is opened, does it operate in normal conditions, does my bakery have normal opening hours, how should I get in touch with the entrepreneur and get more information? These and more such questions can be asked by your existing or potential customers. But let's ask ourselves, were these questions here only during the COVID situation or also before? Based on recent Google research, which was done before the whole COVID insanity, 81% of all customers do research for information online before the purchase. What is more, 76% of those searching online are visiting your mobile or website to find out more information about your concrete products, your location, your opening hours, etc. So, what does your customers really care before the purchase? Uh, what he or she should buy? He simply looks for inspiration first, because, well, if there is not much need at his or her side for the given product, like something damaged to me, like a washing machine, so I have to purchase new, he needs to look for inspiration. Then he needs to be sure that he's buying it from the right person or from the right entrepreneur or the shop. So he searches for some reviews. He searches for, let's say, ratings of the products after the purchase from other online users. And then in the end, once he decides for you, for your web shop or for your shop visit, he needs to find out which store will be the most convenient for him, or which way to purchase the product will be most convenient for him. Besides the fact that you need really to know what your customers does search for, you need to at least to certain level control what they see while searching. Let's ask each ourselves, like, what my online users who are searching for my products or for my kind of products do see when they type in the search engine the product name or the brand name or the shop name. What they really see? Do they see my competitor? Do they see my advertisement? Do they see the information related to the product or something different, which is not really related to the product? These questions should be asked very often to understand the journey of your online users becoming your offline customers. However, not all challenges are like unknown for us or newly presented. There is we are 100% sure that the mobile responsiveness of your websites or of your posts of your mobile application is very crucial. The increase of mobile buyers or of those who are using mobile devices either for research or direct purchase are increasing rapidly every day, and these are the information is told by every and other survey done by any company in the world. No matter if you are in if you are in Asia or if you are in Europe, the trend is there. The last trend or last challenge I would like to present is if you make the search for locations. This means for the places where your customers can really visit your shop. Is it easy for them to find it on your website? Is it visible? Is it clear? Does it offer additional information like opening hours or let's say contact information for web shops? That's a question we should ask all. So now when we address the challenges, and please, if you have any other challenges on your mind you are facing now, please just address them to chat, and we will be able to face or address the solution maybe at the end. So if you feel like I forgot something really important in this journey from online environment to offline, please include it in the chat. If no question at this moment, I would like to show you how map services and maps alone can benefit your business, and how you can actually some control to the certain way what the online users will see while searching for information about the product you sell or about your business. So map services does offer more than a pin on a map for a long time already. And why not to use those information included, like opening hours, locations, places, or reviews of your business or your product, to offer your online users the most information possible, so that they can decide based on a good research. Let's start with a simple map. I said it's not only about a pin on a map, but if there is no pin on a map, it sucks for the customer, as he cannot search for the concrete location he wants to visit. So starting with a map, with a simple pin on a map, is really basic for you if you have any offline locations. Uh, how the map should look or how it should work? Well, definitely it should be responsive as much as possible. It should not happen that while opening a map of your stores, customer will only see 1,000 of points, not evenly distributed on a map of the country, but it should somehow work to cluster the number of branches into smaller groups, so that it is more clearly visible on a map. Also, you should think about styling the map, because it's not only about feature to display the map, but it's also about feature to keep it with your visual identity of your business. Simply, if your visual identity is red, you would not like to display or disturb the visitor of your website with a green map. Why should you? You should just include the nice styling, but never forget also about other points on map, other let's say titles of different parts of the city. Everything in Google Maps can be changed by simple developers or developing, and you should never forget also about the pin itself. In Google Maps, you can either use some customized offered by Google Maps, basically customized pins, but you can also include your logo as your pin on a map. And now imagine the difference when customer visits your website and see the map with all the red pinpoints in comparison with a map styled in your color and with the customized pins. Of course, there is a now we are getting also to part where those having only online shops should listen. Um, there is a nice feature when you are already having a map, or when you are already integrated with the maps somehow. You should also find out the location of the customer. Why? Because of two reasons. First, you can display, if you are a branch of network or branch of shops, offline shops or physical shops, you can display those who are near to the user's location. On the other side, if you are only online shop, you can actually display the local offer to the given user. So this might also be beneficial for the needs in the given region or a country. Uh, you should also make the search for the customer easier. So if he wants in the process where he chooses where to pick his online purchase goods, you should be able to give him chance to choose the address. How easily choose the address without fulfilling all the letters of the name of the street and city and country? Well, use the autocomplete function from Google, which really makes the filling out of addresses easier. We can even see it in the many times in checkout process, and hopefully the video will be able to play itself. Yes, thank you. Uh, Here on this video, you can easily see what's the difference in time between not having the autocomplete function and having it. you can see that both users are fulfilling all the address information in one time, but the first one is done already. And the second one is still filling out the information required by the shop to get the product delivered to his house. So not only the first user has his checkout process smoother, but also the shop owner or the business owner can be sure that address is validated. He can get information in GPS coordinates. He can get displayed the information on a map so easily that just he take the address, and he can be sure that Google will translate it. And also this first shop owner can be sure that the delivery service he's using, either it's some international DHL or GLS or UPC, or it's some local one, he can be sure that the address is validated. And I'm not saying that the result is 100% correct every time on the road, but it's a very precise feature to help you to guide your customers through the checkout process. Once you help them to create a search engine or autocomplete function which enables them to search for the given place, and once you have already the map, you should also see how or make for customers easy to see how they can get to the local shops. The thing is that if you leave this function or this feature for example, Google Maps or any other online platform offering the direction service, you may lose the customer because he may find out that your competitor is much closer and he's basically offering the same product or service, but yeah, the location is more convenient for me. But once you take the directions, the passive directions into your website, you may delete all the competitors from the map, and you may display just your shops. This means the chance that the customer will leave for other competitor is decreasing rapidly. Lately, as I mentioned while introducing our blog, uh, Google introduced a new feature called local context, which if you do not like things much complicated, like I introduce all the features yet, they must be developed by a programmer or a developer. But I assume this feature might be right for you if you are not really liker of complicated things, because it is easily implemented or can be easily implemented. The code for it is very short, and me as a not as a developer can develop something like this. Uh, it has universal design, so you do not have to think about design. It just edited and created by Google, and it offers real information for presented on with photographs from Google database, so that it is easily viewable for customers. And what this feature really does is it merges several API services or several services or features offered by Google, which is of course map, the photos database from Places API, autocomplete function which I already introduced, um, the stylization of or styling of the map, and all these features are in one service. And with this service, you can display different types of places available in Places database, like tourist places, public services, bus stops, etc., together with your data. So once, for example, your customer searches for you are a business owner of a delivery shop, online delivery shop, and he will order something, you may display also a post offices, for example, at the map, and he can easily find the directions. So basically, these features I introduce are just the basic for you to integrate on your website or your mobile application to be able to address the challenges I presented previously. Of course, there is nothing I can rule you, so there is also wrong way how it can be done. and it is visible or it is viewed by customers, you might be sure. And I will present like few examples of how bad it can look on your website. For example, this is an international website of a bank network, and on their main site they do not have corrected Google Map. Either way, it is styled in their visual identity with the customized pins, but their map is not really working because of let's say changes in year 2018. So for 2 years nobody from the company looked at the website, and I'm quite sure that some of their customers did that. And how imagine how that looks. Also, this was something I talked about during the clustering feature, and as you can see, there is no clear information for the user at this moment. Yes, if I scroll into the map closer, I can see the information more clear, but at this moment there is no value for me as a user. So these were features I introduced from map services to address the challenges which are happening on your website. Of course, there is also the outside world, and I believe Matthias will be able to address the challenges from the outside world before even customers get into your website. So please, Matthias, continue.
So many thanks, Adam. And again, welcome from my side. I'm happy to talk to you about Google My Business and how you can use it to guide potential customers and also existing customers to the right places to your stores. What is Google My Business? So it's often misunderstood because the outside platform is Google Maps, that what user will see and where user will interact with your businesses. And Google My Business is the platform provided by Google for businesses to manage their locations. And it's a free tool, and you can use it a lot to improve your rankings, to be found. And I want to invite all of you to do a check, take your mobile phone, maybe not now, but later, and search for products, services that are connected to your business that you would like to sell, and also your own business name, and then find out how your company and your brand appears on Google Maps, how the ranking is, and yeah, how it looks like, how accurate the data is. So we want to help companies to avoid bad situations. And as you can see here, users and customers, they are kings, and the smartphones, where they have the whole reality, their whole reality in their hand, that's their scepter. And the scepter, the smartphone, has to provide the right information. So we help companies to put the right signs on the street to show the way to your stores. We also help them to avoid situations like you can see on the right side, where people maybe come to your store with wrong opening hours or wrong products provided, and maybe photos shown that do not really help your brand. So we want you to avoid such situations and win in the moments that matter the attention of users by getting the most of Google My Business. So Google My Business helps you to have, so Google My Business has 3 functions. Sorry, that was too fast. First of all, users will find you. So users will be able to find the right location and the right, so give me just 1 second. I guess now we are here. So users will then be able to easily find you because you provided all the information that is needed. And users in most European countries, the reach of Google Maps is about 90%. Users will also take the information of Google Maps to find the way to your location. and you will be able to understand the customer journey and also to communicate with those customers that came to your place. And to do that, there is a lot of information that you can provide. Some examples you can see here. In total, it's around 25 to 30 topics that you could share and data that you could provide depending on the industry that you are in. But here you can see some examples that are needed for each and every listing. So which category, this means, are you a food retailer or are you a home goods store, and other very important information like opening hours and how to contact you. And of course, things like photos that show potential users how it looks like in your store and what they can await there. Of course, address needs to be right, and there I could go into details for each of these categories. The message here is try to have all information right to be found easily and to avoid to help users have a good good interaction with your company and your brand. And Google data and also the data that we provide for our customers shows that a good Google My Business profile with rich and fresh data definitely helps you to attract more customers, to be more visible, and finally to get more people into your store and make more revenue there. So the first step is to provide a lot of data and accurate data to your user. And the very cool thing on Google My Business is that you also get back very interesting data. And I want to share two examples. So the first thing is that you will see how people found you. So did they search for your company name, your brand directly? That would be the green part of this circle. Or did they find you by doing a discovery search? If you maybe are a furniture retailer and they search for where can I plan a kitchen near me, or certain services that you provide, that would be discovery search. And you will also be able to see how many searches that come from the branded category led to your view. So branded would mean not your brand, but brands that are connected with your company. And these circles, they look very different from company to company. And depending on what your goal is, you can do a lot with this data. A very, very strong signal of the value of your Google Maps and Google My Business listing is that you will also be able to see how user interacted with your profiles, so with your listings. So you will be able to see how often the website button, so from the Maps listing, you can also, if your website is provided, link directly to your website. So you will get the exact number of that. You will also get the information how often the direction request was used. So this is a very strong signal that people really went into your store. And the third interaction number that you will get are phone calls. So if you are a business where phone is important lead generator, you will also be able to see how often this contact possibility was used by your customers. So this is all really cool, but Google My Business is for free and it was designed for small businesses. So if you have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 locations, I would say you can invest half a day or a day into how Google My Business works, and you will be able to do it yourself. So keep the data right, provide updates, answer the reviews, have nice photos there and some other things, and you will be fine for the most situations. Google My Business is not designed for big companies with several and many touch points. So this is where we come into the game, because for these companies, Google relies on premium partners like us, and we totally focus on Google My Business and build a tool that helps you to manage all that, which I will show you in a minute. Google My Business is not designed to manage a lot of locations and also not to update in bulk and also not to answer the reviews in one place. So for all these situations, we had a solution. What you can see here is the experience journey that we provide for our customers. So the foundation of this pyramid of local excellence is right data. So in the first step, we help our customers to have all the data right and to provide fresh, rich, and insightful data for the users. And based on that, we guide them through this journey to measure the impact. We build systems that help you understand the impact of all your Google My Business listings. And we will also guide you to learn about customer journey and what it means and how you also could control how many people come to your store also by using local campaigns and other things. We do all that together with Google, and what we built is a tool, and the simplified architecture can be seen here. So most of our, so every company has location data in any system. So it could be SAP or any other system. Some customers, they have a list. No matter what kind of data it is, we take the data that you can provide and connect it via a JSON file with our tool and build a constant connection with the Google My Business API. So this means that whenever you change something in your system, this data will go live on Google Maps directly. That was very important during the COVID situation, but is also important in a normal world because, as Adam already has mentioned, it's very important to have the right information provided for your users. And this information will then be displayed not only on Google Maps, but also mainly on Google Search. Because if a user searches, is detected by Google as a search with a local relevance, the data from Google My Business will also be shown in Google Search. I guess you all have know that. You search for a product or a service near me, and the next locations will show up in Google Search. What we provide is not just this tool, but we combine it with a full service. So we are location experts for more than 8 years now, and we have a team of people, of real people that really take care. So this is also the biggest differentiation to other players, that our location experts really take care of your listings. You will be in the driver's seat to brief and decide what should be shown and what kind of data should be used, and all the work, and also all the manual work is done by our location experts team. And what you will also be able to do, and this is very important for local ranking, so to show up at the top of the listings, it is very important to answer all the reviews that you get. And those reviews are really great information because they will be connected to locations. So you will be able to see what happens in which location. So with the review dashboard that we provide, you will be able to analyze all this data, to compare locations with each other, to help them learn, to develop, and to get better. And you will also be able, and this is important for companies with many locations, to answer all the reviews in one place, because speed is king when it is about answering reviews, and this makes it easier to guarantee that all the reviews are answered by your company. So for companies in different sectors, we build a solution and do all the searching, claiming, also removing of duplicates and spam, and we help our customers to get their data on Google Maps. And we also make sure that there is an ongoing quality management, because Google Maps is a user-based platform and users have always the possibility to build new listings or to suggest edits for your listings. And if you are not active and react on that, those updates will go live. So it is important to have a constant control and constant maintenance on the quality of the data. This is what we guarantee. You will also have the reputation management tool that I have shown, and of course our software and our tool is always up to date with Google My Business. Google My Business changes a lot. Corona and the COVID situation also changed a lot on Google My Business, and you will always be able to be up to date and to have all the information right. And for many people in the companies, it is not clear how strong and how important and Google Maps is, and how big the value is that is generated for the company. And for that, we build dashboards that consolidate the data that you get back, as I've shown before. So what you can see here is a consolidated example overview of data where you and your customer, so you will be able to see how people found you, so how many searches led to your listing, and on the in the middle you will see how often your listings has been seen and viewed on the map, and also on search, on Google search itself. And the strongest currency is what you can see here on the right. Here you will be able to see how many people navigated to your locations, how many people visited your website, all coming from Google Maps or did a phone call. But not only for one location, but maybe for hundreds or thousands. And you can also group them country by country or brand by brand. So this is something that is very important to know, because with this information, everyone will understand that it's not something of cosmetics and nice to have, but it's really crucial to have all the data right there. So to sum it up, and I'm already looking forward to questions of to Google My Business. It's important to have all the data under control so that you can decide what people will see about your brand and about your locations. And we help you to do it in a very smart way, to have all the information right on your side, and we do all the rest. And we provide you all the information and the connection to answer reviews, question and answers, and you will have a team on your side that guides you through the whole process. And with the right information on Google My Business and Google Maps, we also build the foundation for online to offline measurement and also for local campaigns. So if you want to invest into Google campaigns, you will then also be able to measure the impact on your stores. So how many people really came to your store after having an interaction with an advertising from Google. So with this, I want to sum it up and highlight again, you can be sure that the smartphone of the user, that's the point of information. It is their smartphone and there they want the information right. And if you want to be better than your competitors, make sure all the data is right, provide really great photos and experience by using Google My Business, and avoid bad situations like you can see on the right side. We help you, and also Adam and Globema are happy to work together. So we are happy to work together with Globema for the Central European, Eastern European market. And we can also provide location analysis for you and also provide some success cases from companies where our service is already running. I hope there were some information in it that you can use for your business. And with that, I want to hand over back to Adam and Carolina, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Thank you, Matthias, very much for your part of presentation. I believe the information either about the Google Maps business itself or about your platform were very valuable, and I believe each of attendees will take a part of the information presented together and hopefully build something amazing on top of that, on top of the information. So just to sum it up, we both Globema and g-Xperts are Google partners. Um, both of us are focusing on the different tool offered by Google, and we both are trying to bring as big value as possible to you on top of the solutions. Uh, if you have any questions about the tools itself, about the possible cooperation, about the way how to implement any services or the platform, please do not hesitate to send us any questions either now or afterwards after the webinar. And we are finally getting uh, into the part where you are allowed to not only ask questions through chat but also ask questions via the hand function. So please, Carolina, tell me, are there any questions in the chat at this moment?
Hello, Adam. So far, we do not have any questions asked through the chat. So to all the participants, feel free to raise your hands and I will give you word and you can ask directly.
So as Carolina emphasized, please do not be ashamed. Just give your hand up, and we'll give you space to speak. Either you can present a case of your company, a challenge you would like to discuss, or you can just ask about the tools itself. We will be gladly answering your questions. So, Carolina, is there any hand?
No, not so far.
Okay. I will give you a few, maybe 2 more minutes if you are not still courage enough to give your hand up. And anyhow, if you like to ask anything afterwards and you are more comfortable with that, you can contact us either through our website or through directly through email displayed at this moment. On the screen. We will definitely share the recording of the webinar with you afterwards, so that you can share it with your colleagues or your friends, which might be interested to our help. Um, in any case, we would like to thank you all for attention, for your participation in the webinar, and please again contact us in case you need help or you need advice on top of either tools. I believe there is still no hand at this moment, Carolina, or nor question.
No, we don't have questions from public right now.
Oh, okay. So, guys, again, thank you, Matthias, thank you, Carolina, for being the speakers or presenters, and we'll see you all in other webinars in the future. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.